Hey guys, this is going to be a little different video than you're used to. And I know some states we're coming out of this shelter in place. Other states we're still in the thick of it. And we've all been feeling so many different emotions. I want to read a list of emotions. And I want you to think about if you've felt these in the last couple months. And if you have, it's okay because I've felt them also. Megan has felt them as well. But the purpose of this video is to transform these negative thoughts into positive emotions and positive thoughts and affirmations. And then I'm going to give you a list of oils that you can start using that stimulate different neurotransmitter receptor sites and that stimulate certain neurotransmitters that evoke these incredibly positive emotions and feelings in our life, in our soul, in our heart. So let's walk through this, you guys. I want you to read each word as I say it and feel this emotion. And remember when you felt that in these last couple months. Helpless, hopeless, confusion, uncertain, worrisome, frustrated, worthless, heavy-hearted, somber, bleak, aggrieved, deflated, desolate, dismayed. Now I want you to think about how these words made you feel. And now watch this, you guys. Start reading and look at these words and feel the emotion and remember a time when you felt these emotions. Because it's so easy to change our state from one of negative to one of positive. We just need to change our thinking. And a really easy, simple way to do this is to start using certain essential oils that are going to evoke these incredibly powerful emotional responses in our body. So now watch this. I want you to read these words, and I want you to feel the feelings that these words give you. Joy, peace, fulfillment, purpose, passion, inspired, thankful, grateful, peace, love, grounded, calm, resolve, fortitude, strong. There's a massive difference and a massive distinction between the first list and the second list. We want to be focused. We want to be cognizant of these positive words that invoke these positive feelings and emotional responses in our body. And now here's a list of oils that is going to help this because certain essential oils have chemistry that have primary and secondary molecules that stimulate different neurotransmitters in our body, in our brain, our nerve system. Neurotransmitters are basically these little chemical messengers sent from one nerve ending to another, eventually getting to the brain or coming from the brain that evoke these different emotions in our life. So the first one I want to talk about is patchouli. Patchouli is loaded with a molecule called patchoulol. Patchoulol is an alcohol-based molecule that triggers dopamine and serotonin receptors, that triggers feel-good, grounding, peaceful, enjoyment type emotional response in our body. Patchouli is a wonderful essential oil to use when we're having negative emotions in our life. The next is Clary Sage, which is one oil that I feel a lot of people underuse or underappreciate unless you're having challenges with your hormones. But emotionally, the reason why Clary Sage is so powerful emotionally, even with hormone challenges, is because it combats mental and physical exhaustion. When we're feeling just fully exhausted, like we just want to lay in bed, go to sleep, and never wake up, Clary Sage is the oil that helps counteract and overcomes these emotional and physical exhaustion type feelings. Absolutely love diffusing this oil, and I love using this oil topically. Similar to Clary Sage for hormonal challenges is geranium. Geranium is another essential oil that is so powerful for hormonal issues. But one of the reasons why we love geranium for emotional help is that this oil, because of the molecule geraniol, helps to keep our mood swings under control. So we stay much more level, we stay much more balanced. In geranium, I think it smells like dirty socks. It's not my favorite aroma by any means, but when it's in a blend and when I blend it with other essential oils in the diffuser, I love the response emotionally that I get from this oil. Now, the next one you've heard us talk about many, many times is Neroli. It's absolutely one of my most favorite essential oil aromas because it's very complex. You can wear it by itself, or you can blend it. But the aroma is so complex, it's beautiful on its own. It comes in a roller, you just roll it on. But the reason I love Neroli so much is it has linalool and also limonene. Linalool is the calming, relaxing molecule that we see in a high concentration in oils like lavender, magnolia, and petite grain. So it has a calming, relaxing response to our body and to our nervous system. But it also has limonene, which we see in citrus oils. Like grapefruit is 99% limonene. It's the highest concentration. So when you need energy, when you need to be uplifted, when you want such a joyful experience with your emotions, citrus oils are some of the best oils to use to elicit that type of response. But the reason why I love Neroli is because it has both. It has linalool, which is grounding, calming, relaxing, but it also has limonene, which is uplifting and energizing. So you get the combination of both, which makes this oil great for focus. When you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling exhausted emotionally, when you're feeling just tired and just down with life, using an oil like Neroli is going to be very effective for transforming your current state into a new state of joy and peace and calm because of these two molecules, linalool and limonene. Now, jasmine, one of the most exotic, one of the most divine essential oils that you'll ever find. It's actually not an oil, it's called an absolute. So technically it's not an essential oil based on how this is produced and how it is extracted from the jasmine flower petal. But jasmine on its own elicits feelings of success and hope. And it's also a heart-opening oil. So if we use jasmine before we go into a stressful situation, a situation that we perceive as stressful, like going to Home Depot yesterday. So before I went, I put on our Whisper blend. I put it on my wrist. I don't even think Megan knows this, but I put Whisper on because Whisper has jasmine in the blend. And jasmine is a heart-opening essential oil. Also instills feelings of success and hope like I talked about. So when you go into these situations that you perceive as stressful, it's going to be much easier on you emotionally when you use an oil like jasmine because success and hope are the two emotions that jasmine really likes to elicit in our body. Now the next one, I'm going to do two more. The next one is ylang ylang. And ylang ylang is one of my favorite floral oils. The aroma is, to me, one of the most grounding, one of the most calming, like a warm hug, like you're hugging your mother. Like when I smell ylang ylang, put it on topically or diffuse it, it reminds me of hugging my mom. And so I just absolutely love this oil. It's just a very comforting oil because one of the emotional responses that it gives us is it curbs negative emotions and negative thoughts. So just like when you're feeling sad, just like when you're feeling down, you use ylang ylang and it feels like a hug from somebody that you love and from somebody that you care about. That's how it makes me feel. And this is why I love using ylang ylang when I'm in my deepest, darkest moments. I lied. There's two more oils, sandalwood and basil. The first, sandalwood. Sandalwood contains alpha and beta santalol, which is a very unique molecule in the essential oil world. Sandalwood is the only essential oil with any significant amounts of this particular molecule. And the reason I love sandalwood for emotional help and for emotional challenges is because it instills clarity of mind and focus of attention. So what you're working on or what you're working towards, it helps to dismantle and dispel all the distractions that might come into your brain. So this is why I love sandalwood. When you're trying to focus on joy, when you're trying to focus on hope, success, love, peace, calm, when you're trying to focus on all these positive emotions, gratitude, thankfulness, sandalwood is a wonderful oil because it helps repel all the negative thoughts that come into our brain and that our mind attacks us with. And then basil, because basil is a very calming essential oil for our body and for our nervous system. So the reason why I love basil emotionally is, again, the same reason why I love ylang ylang. When I smell the aroma of basil, it brings me back to when I was about 10 years old, taking trumpet lessons, private trumpet lessons at my instructor's house. And I remember every time I would walk into his office, it had this very distinct smell. And it wasn't until about 15 years later when I started studying and researching essential oils and I smelled basil again, the essential oil, and it immediately brought me back into that room. And that room was such a safe place for me growing up because it was filled with just loving music. It was filled with incredible emotional support for me. My instructor, Jonathan Pugh, was such a kind, gentle man and helped me so much hone my craft of becoming what I think is a great trumpet player. And when I smell basil, it just makes me feel really, really good. So I know we went through a list of these oils to help with emotional challenges. However, there may be oils that you use that feel like a warm hug, that feel like that comfort that you get from a loved one. And those are the oils to use when you're feeling really down. When you're in your deepest, darkest moments, use those oils to lift you back up and bring you out of the darkness, back into the light emotionally. So I love you guys. Please let us know how you're doing in the comments. And if we can support you in any way, we would love to do that as best as we possibly can. We love you guys. We'll see you on the next video.